Hi, this is Morley and this is the M-Wire with another La Palma update for November 29th, 2021. La Cumbre Vieja still remains very active on the island of La Palma. As you can see here, there is very active lava flow and lava emissions from the vent of the volcano. As well, folks, on the north side of the island there has been new fissures. And accompanying those new fissures is quite the lava flow down the side of the mountain. A lot of the people that have been evacuated from the southern part of the island have moved to the north, not that they're in any imminent danger of having to re-evacuate at this time, but those lava flows obviously from the new fissures are moving quite fast. And until those new lava tubes establish a trajectory, we don't know exactly how many people are going to be affected by these new lava flows. Now, as far as seismicity is concerned, you can see here, folks, that there's a big spike in the seismicity over the last day or two. There's absolutely no shortage of earthquake activity on the island of La Palma. As you can see here, they are quite numerous, and most notably, just a couple hours ago, there was a 4.6 earthquake, or at least that's what they're calling it, on the island. So as you can see, folks, we have quite the number of earthquakes here, as well as a mixed bag of depths. Most of these earthquakes are at a shallower depth, but some of them are at the 30s and 40s or so. So we're still getting a little bit of the deep quake activity. But like I said before, I believe all that deep quake activity we had for the longest time led to the more shallow quake activity we're experiencing now, and obviously magma is rising, hence the new fissures on the north of the island. This is not an eruption that's slowing down anytime soon, folks. I've heard it before and it always proves to not be true. Not to say that the volcano is never going to stop erupting, but that's not anytime soon. We have already surpassed the longest eruption in recorded history. This is a once-in-a-thousand-year event that you're kind of seeing here. It's interesting to watch something that hasn't happened on this island in well over 500 years. This entire island is essentially a volcano if you want to get right down to the brass tacks of it. But this eruption certainly is historic. It's been interesting to monitor it over the last couple of months because it's, like I say, it's a once in 500 years event for this particular volcano, and unfortunately it's erupting very close to where people live, and that's why it's interesting to monitor this volcano. This is just not a good place to live right now. All the banana plantations that have been destroyed you won't be able to grow bananas there for a very long time. So some people's livelihoods have flat out been wiped out by this volcano. That's just the harsh reality of it. Now I'm going to get into what Volcano Discovery had to say about this volcano over the last day or two. They actually did report the 4.6, so they're calling it. But as you've seen, the seismicity of this volcano is not slowing down anytime soon. A strong spike in volcanic tremor amplitude has appeared, perhaps in response to the magnitude 4.8 quake half an hour ago. After the elevated activity yesterday, the tremor signal dropped again overnight, but it remains to be seen what happens today. Deformation continued its path of deflation, likely because of the magma was erupted through the new vent system and then was added from deeper reservoirs. After a few relatively calm days, earthquake activity has picked up again since yesterday. In the past 24 hours, there were 2 quakes of magnitudes 4.3 and 4.8, along with 42 quakes between 3.0 and 3.0. The magnitude 4.8 quake occurred a short time ago at 8:35 a.m. local time. If the preliminary data are correct, it is quite unusual for both its depth and intermediate 24-kilometer example in the prevalent shallow layer around 10 to 15 kilometers and deeper layer at 30 to 40 kilometers, where almost quakes have been so far clustered, and its horizontal location, which is indicated under the southern submarine extension of La Cumbre Vieja Ridge, are a novelty for the location of quakes of that magnitude. So Volcano Discovery is calling the location of these quakes a novelty. So that means it's unusual for these quakes to happen in that area. So even Volcano Discovery is corroborating that the current seismic activity on La Palma is somewhat unusual. The lava flows from the new vents have quickly crossed the Tacande Road and are enlarging the northern margin of the flow field, covering new, so far untouched land in that part. Updated data on the extent of the lava flows can be expected tomorrow. The ongoing eruption is already counted as the largest on La Palma in over 500 years. It has likely overtaken the 1585 eruption at Tahuya as the largest by volume eruption on the island in recorded history. The latter erupted approximately 3 million cubic meters of lava, while the exact volume of the current and still ongoing eruption is estimated to be about this value already. So we're already at where the largest eruption was prior to this, folks. That confirms it. This is the largest eruption in recorded history on La Palma. That is an accurate statement now. There's absolutely no telling when this volcano will stop erupting. As you can see from the footage, it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. The Cumbre Vieja is in full effect these days, and it's still going. It's simply an attestament to volcanoes themselves. They are highly unpredictable and volatile. Even the experts can't exactly predict when this volcano will stop erupting. They've predicted that it's slowing down many times, and they've been wrong every time. So that just goes to show you that even the experts cannot put a date on a calendar when La Cumbre Vieja will stop erupting. Further to what this volcano may or may not do, well, there is a big fault line that is ripped all the way to the Atlantic Ocean, which means that there is a danger of this island breaking off and causing a mega tsunami, which means that if you live on the eastern seaboard of the United States, you need to be absolutely prepared if this event happens. You need to have a bug-out bag, you need to have at least a full tank of gas, and you need to have a place to go. It is better to err on the side of caution, folks, as there will not be much time to do anything if this happens. Better to be safe than sorry, no? Well, this is the latest La Palma update. Thank you for coming along with me for it. Please remember to like, to comment, to share, and of course to subscribe. And until the next update, God bless.